Hello everyone. I'm so excited to be sitting here and filming this again because I'm in a much better mental state than if you watched my first video. You saw me in probably a state of feeling very sad, confused, but I wanted to really showcase that moment because it was such a critical part of my journey of going into real estate and becoming a real estate agent. And I think it's so vital to share those sides because, as we all know, social media, YouTube, we're so used to showing the highlight reels. And I, for one, again, if you haven't watched the first video, go back and watch it. I kind of give you a bit of a rundown as to where I am so far in my real estate journey. But it's just the realities of life. We go through trials and tribulations and we have ups and downs, and unfortunately my real estate journey has gone like this, and I've learned so much, and it's going to make me so much more of a stronger, more persistent and driven agent, if anything, because I had to maybe take a more challenging path to get there, which I'm beyond grateful for at this point now that I've kind of had the time to process it. But I think it's really important for me to showcase the sides of my story and of my journey that aren't just the perfect, easy moments that make it seem like, oh, it's so easy to becoming a real estate agent, or the glamorous side of being a real estate agent, when in fact it's not always glamorous. Probably only 5% of real estate is actually glamorous. And me getting into real estate, I always knew it was going to be hard work, but I always looked up to Ryan Serhant. He's one of my favorite real estate agents, but even on his end, you're seeing him through a screen on YouTube if you don't actually directly work with him, and you're seeing a lot of the good moments, the exciting moments. Likewise, I love selling sunsets. I love it so much, but you see the glamour side. They put on these crazy outfits, and it's super motivating. I love it. And you get to see all these beautiful houses, but you don't actually get to see them really live in action working, and that's the point. You know, it's a very critical point of the story that's really missed. And one of the characters on there, Chriselle, who I absolutely admire so much, put up a story on her Instagram not too long ago, and she was in her pajamas on her couch working, and she's like, the realities of working, and she did a little Q&A, and I can't remember if someone asked her this or if it was she just brought it up on her own, but she did make a point to just address the fact that, you know, selling sunsets, they wear those outfits and they kind of over exaggerate for our entertainment, and the reality of it is that when they're not filming and they're actually working, they don't necessarily dress like that. It's maybe not as glamorous. They're having to make difficult phone calls, having to make very difficult decisions along the way, and they're not always dealing with the easiest of clients, and their job is not always easy. And so I feel like real estate has definitely been glamorized, and it is becoming a market which is so many people are starting to go down now, which I've noticed. I often find myself talking with people, and a lot of the time people are like, well, yeah, I'm becoming a real estate agent, which is so incredible, and I'm so excited for those people. But I think if people don't go into real estate with the mindset of knowing that it's going to be challenging and it's going to be hard work, they're going to be in for a real treat. And I, for one, am very lucky. I've actually worked in a brokerage for the last year as a real estate assistant, so I have firsthand got to actually experience and kind of see what the real estate industry is going to look like for me, and the amount of work that goes into it. So I am mentally prepared and I'm very excited, but I wanted to kind of create this video to talk about my new mindset now that, again, if you haven't watched the first video, go back and watch it, but I failed my first exam. My second exam, I failed by 1%. And what that meant was that I have to re-enroll now in the whole program, which is, you know, close to $1,500. It's not the end of the world, but it was devastating to me at that point in time, because I'd worked so hard, put in so much study time, and put my life on hold in order to go to that exam, and then to find out I failed by 1% just was so gut-wrenching. And I've really had to change my mindset on that now, and I'm really excited, actually, because this is an opportunity. You know, you're going to have situations come up in real estate that are going to challenge you, and that are not going to always be easy, and you're going to have to find a solution. So for me, this is one of those, and this is just preparing me to be a better real estate agent. Down the road, when I am licensed, I'm going to be that much more educated, and I'm going to have literally taken so many hours to study the information, where I'm going to have absorbed it so much to the point where I should be able to regurgitate it back to you no problem. And a lot of people do say that this exam and information is like information that you're never going to really use, but I really want to challenge myself to actually take the information that I'm learning and to use it in some form moving forward. So I'm really excited to kind of see how that all plays and goes into play, but in the end, I'm just going to become a better agent for it. But I do believe in standing up and contesting certain things. Now, I don't want to contest the fact, I would never want anyone to push over my percent just because I got 1% down below, or below the passing grade. I felt sorry for myself at first, but after thinking about it, I think a lot of people are like, well, can't they just push it up by 1% and give you the license? Like, come on, you're already working in a brokerage. And for me personally, I wouldn't feel right about that, because I still wouldn't have felt like I earned it. Now, do I feel like that one question is worth $1,500 and me re-enrolling? Not necessarily. So today I have been working on creating a document, and I'm actually sending it off to the BCFSA, which is an organization that deals with kind of the educational side of things, and I am basically writing them a letter, not to challenge the fact that I got 1% less, but because I've been through the course, the whole go around now, I've done all the assignments, I put in so many hours of studying, and I also work in a brokerage. I have a pretty solid understanding of what the real estate industry kind of entails. So I'm creating a document stating that I work for a brokerage, but also challenging the fact that my knowledge is not worth, or I have enough knowledge that I don't feel as though I need to re-enroll in the entire course, and I want to challenge them to waive the assignments and to just let me take the exam. And to my surprise, they actually have a challenge package which allows me to, if my written document is accepted by them, will actually let me write the exam, waive all of the assignments for only $350, which is a total, it just makes sense for me, and that's something I feel good about, because I still contested what I believe to be true, but I also still get to prove myself and do so much better on this third time's the charm of taking this exam. So I'm actually really excited, and I'm in the middle of just finalizing that and getting it all sent off to them. So hopefully I'll know in the next couple of days whether or not that goes through, and whether or not I will have to fully re-enroll and pay the $1,500, close to $1,500, to then do all the assignments and then take the exam again, or if I can just do the challenge package and, you know, maybe take the exam in another couple of weeks, and just refine all the information that I have been studying over this past like 2 months. So I'm really excited for that. But you know what? I also feel like this is a great opportunity to take charge of my life and to focus on areas of my life that maybe I haven't been, that I've been neglecting, such as my health. I think as a student, you know, people always made fun of the fact that, you know, there's something called like the freshman 15. I never quite understood it, just because I've never gone to post-secondary school. And as I was studying, I caught myself not going to the gym, and I was eating like crap, and still am, let's be clear. And I was just like, wow, the freshman 15, this is like a real thing, you guys, holy heck. So I really want to capitalize that when I got my license, I'm in much better shape, and I'm feeling healthier. And if I do write it in 2 weeks, well, that's not a whole lot of time to really completely reverse that, but at least I can be working towards that right now, moving forward. I'm going to really capitalize on my health and moving forward so that when I do write the exam, I'm not only going to feel really confident about the information, I'm going to feel good as well. Because this last exam, I wasn't really feeling my best. I had been eating like crap and wasn't feeling super confident in that area of my life. And you know what? I think everything happens for a reason. And I think that this was just to really test me and to challenge me and to see what I'm really capable of. And you know, truth be told, I was really excited to, well, once I would have passed, I was really excited to kind of make that cliche Instagram post and be like, hey, look at me guys, I passed my exam, I'm officially a real estate agent. And so I was really bummed that I wasn't able to have that moment to celebrate something that I worked so hard on. And then I realized, you know what? I have been holding back and not really sharing anything, and nobody really knew that I was working towards becoming a real estate agent except for like really close people in my life. And I felt this need to, in order to post anything, I had to be licensed and I had to have this like prerequisite almost. And then I realized, why do you feel this way, Sydney? Because there are so many people that are going through the same situation, maybe not real estate, but maybe working towards other paths in their life, and who have maybe similar situation, failed their exam twice and are feeling super discouraged. And I wanted to come on here and really share my journey, because this is something, again, so important to be sharing. I want to share the full picture with you guys, and this is the reality of it. So I'm here to hopefully shed some light and tell you that, you know, if whatever you're working towards just might feel so frustrating to you and isn't quite working out the way you had wanted, maybe the universe is telling you something. Maybe better things are coming. Maybe it's challenging you in a new way, but that is for you to figure, that is for you to figure out. And you have to find that reason. But if I can tell you anything, don't quit. The path might change a little bit, but don't change your destination. You can do it. I believe in you. And if I can do it, you sure as hell can too. Trust me. It's not always an easy path, and when you feel discouraged, it's even harder. I tell you this from experience, because I literally sat in bed for like 2 days bawling my eyes out, a river of tears following me. And I was so devastated, and I like still partially am, but you know, I'm way more excited now. I find that something that I've noticed is when life tends to hit me really hard and things don't go my way, down the road I realize, oh wow, that happened for a significant reason that I'm so glad it did. I might not understand it now, but I sure as heck understand it now. Alright, I'll sure as heck understand it later on. And that's been the case for so many situations in my life. And I know that I don't understand this one quite yet, but I know I will down the road. So I'm very excited for that, and to share this journey with you, because this is going to be, I think, something so important for me, and I'm so excited to bring this vision to life. And I thought, you know what, there really is there's no time like the present to start working towards your dream. And I was letting something like a license hold me back from doing that, when in reality I can totally start today, just might not be in the way that I had wanted or had saw myself at the time doing, and the context that I wanted to do it in. But you know what, this way is even more rewarding for me, because I'll still get there, but I get to document it in a way that's real and authentic, which is something that is really important to me, especially going into real estate. I think I have a really big vision that I'm really excited to bring to fruition and to bring to life. And I want people to know that, especially in 2021, to be a real estate agent doesn't mean you have to be suit and tie, you know, hands crossed, super professional. I think there's a fine line between being professional and being you, and I think that traditionally in the real estate world, being you sometimes is forgotten or, you know, pushed off to the side. And I think that's a really important part of, you know, especially real estate, when you are your own personal brand. I'm really excited to share that with you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I was a little bit all over the place, but I really wanted to just make this and get it out there for you guys to see. And then hopefully one of these days I'll get a little bit better with my camera and filming these videos for you guys. Like I said, I've tried starting a YouTube channel like 4 or 5 times in my life. You know, I had one era of me being a makeup guru when I was like, I don't know, probably like 10, and they're horrible videos and they're on private for a reason. And sometimes I just go and watch them just to laugh at myself because they're awful. And then I have another season of my life where I wanted to be more of a lifestyle blogger, and you know, they were all such great learning opportunities. But I feel like this is definitely the path where I feel most confident sitting in front of the camera, because I'm talking about something that I'm super passionate about. Whereas the other times I've tried to start it, I was always like, what am I supposed to film? I have no clue what to film. And it was always such a struggle. And I always felt so awkward in front of the camera. Whereas when I'm talking about real estate, and I hope it comes across this way, but I genuinely am just so excited and so passionate about it. And it really kills me that I'm not licensed, because there's so much that I want to do. And I'm just so beyond excited for the journey to come. But, you know, like they say, the journey to success or to bringing your dreams to fruition is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So I'm really keeping that in the back of my mind. And it'll just be a matter of time. Anyways, I hope you guys all have a great night, great day, great morning, wherever you are. And I totally look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.